Panaji is a very rich city. Dr.Nandkumar keeps reminding me, and he keeps putting it in my head that we are the 6th highest income tax pay, non-corporate income tax pay. In fact, we are 30,000 crore worth of deposits. We Goans are hardworking. Sushega no amche the image asa. So we have that term Sushega. I think Sushega goes a long way in putting our lifestyle. We are relaxed people. We are content people. We don't take stress much. Though lifestyle diseases have started coming in our society, and but we are Goans by nature are very docile, very good people, content people, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs amongst us. I think this opportunity of you all stalwarts being here on the stage should have been a little more utilized in a better way. I think more youth should have come up here. And I feel there are great opportunities in this field. A lot of being a Unicamps person, the whole R&D facility has come. But other than that, I think even in the field of mushrooms or some other field, we could have harnessed this opportunity to find some entrepreneurial ventures. And EDC is definitely trying to go to the grassroots level. Headlines. We are working very hard in EDC. Yesterday was a presentation from Honorable Chief Minister. We have a flagship scheme in Goa called as Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana, and now renamed as Varghese Kurian Rozgar Yojana. It's a wonderful scheme. I don't think any other place in the country has this scheme, any other state. It's about giving capital to an entrepreneur who's starting his business, starting his venture, with a graduate or a skilled person getting a loan of up to 20 lakhs with 50% interest fee subsidy. That means you have 10% of your capital put in and 5% for a woman. Woman gets to put in only 5%, 95% is a loan from the Economic Development Corporation. 50% of that 95% is interest free, payable over 8 to 10 years. The remaining 50% is interest of 8%. And if you are again a regular payee, then you get another 1.5% rebate in that. And if you are from a backward taluka, we have some talukas identified as backward. Vicholia, Sattari, Pedne, Sattari, Sange, Kepe, Kandpon. They get a further subsidy of 25% waiving on the capital. So it's a great thing, and I'm proud to say that we have produced from its inception about 5,300 entrepreneurs in Goa who have taken loans amounting from 50,000 to 20 lakhs. They have set up their own business. A lot of success stories are there. Our return, the repayment rate is almost 87.8%, which is very good in terms of banking parlance. Because I can vouch for every a normal middle class Goan who takes a loan that his first priority in life will be to pay back loan. He will not like to keep any loan. That's our nature. So we have a very good repayment standards. Our rate of utilization of this scheme is pretty low. We have around only 400 to 500 young people coming forward to avail of this facility. So we have decided yesterday that we are going to conduct camps. Instead of them coming to EDC office, we are going to go in the interior talukas of Goa, explain to the youngsters. We are trying to mobilize them. The same should have been, the camp will be similar to this. People will go explain the schemes to them. We are also tied up with the other departments like agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, handicrafts, industry, tourism, so that they showcase their products, their schemes, so that jointly it can be utilized. There are, I see a lot of young people. I was in horticulture awards presentation ceremony just 2-3 weeks back in Panji. I was surprised to note that almost 70% of people who came on the dais to collect the awards were in their jeans and t-shirts. एक शेतकरी म्हणल्यार आमचे फुडें एक दोळ्या फुडें एक तो दाट चप्पल घालतलो, एक धोती घालतलो, तरी पिनिल्लो एक सदरो घालतलो, but that day the whole picture changed in front of my eyes. And the farmer means for me now एक sports shoes घालून, jeans घालून, t-shirt घालून एक भुरगो येता बरो. There were engineers in that awardees, list of awardees, and who had studied engineering for 4 years and now taken up horticulture. Now they produce broccoli, your capsicums in green, purple color, hybrid flowers, orchids, and you name it, they are there. All your international vegetables are available in Goa, whatever can be used, whatever will be planted. And I was very glad that the government of Goa gives in its flagship scheme of greenhouses almost 95% subsidy. Ours is the only state which gives huge benefits to people who take up agriculture, and in that sense perhaps mycology can link with this department, and there are already schemes to, I think for mushrooms also there are a lot of schemes. Mushrooms not
for my school.
Not for, of course, you are a big name in mushroom.
Nationally there is, but not
okay. We need to work out on that. Perhaps if there is some inputs given, I can also pursue. Like greenhouses, polyhouses, we can similarly set up. But yours also is in the polyhouse. So it's a very similar operation. And I believe Goa is a suitable climate for fungal growth because of the tropical climate, humid climate.
We are air conditioned, totally air.
Totally
air. Environment is controlled.
But in general,
this is very conducive climate.
More tropical.
More tropical and more humid. So I think we should be able to avail of all these schemes. 28th October is the first camp we are hosting in Sakri, Ravindra Bhavan. So तुमच्यामध्ये जर कोण साखळी, बिचोली, सत्तरी तालुक्याचे जर कोण असा तर you can always convey to them. I will ask EDC to write to chamber also to coordinate, and let chamber also pass on information to their any subsidiaries or any members who are there in that area. The next camp will be of course in I think Pedne, Sange, Kanpon, planned are there. Over the next 2 months we are planning to cover all the talukas, all 12 talukas of Goa. I would like chamber to take a little bit more initiative in conducting and helping EDC in conducting this, because finally if trade grows, economy grows, then I think we are much more stable state. Our youngsters will not be unemployed, and self-employment is the best mode of work. You are your own boss, though there are authorities on top of you even when you become a boss. When I started my business, there was a lot of authorities which were on top of us. We had to comply with a lot of rules, regulations. So, but self-employment is the best way out. You can provide employment to others. We should take note of all the schemes of this government. Our BJP government is very much there. We are trying to continuously take feedbacks from public and modify our schemes, because there are sometimes the schemes are made by government servants, and government bureaucracy normally works in a very safe way. They don't like to take any risks, so they make forms complicated, but we keep reviewing them. In fact, for even Chief Minister Rozgar Yojana form, I sat with the form and removed a lot of unwanted information which wouldn't have been of any use to EDC, neither would have been very conducive for the applicant to write. I mean, why unnecessarily make him do work, collect information which is of no use to us. And finally, if we have to let entrepreneur grow, I think we need to little bit give him a free hand, free his mind, free him from unnecessary troubles of compliance. Sometimes we go overboard in asking for information which we never process. We just put in the files. Government offices also lose their space in just making and keeping files of 7 years, 10 years records. So we are working in that sense. Let me also tell you that Goa is very good in social welfare side. Our elderlies, our differently abled citizens, our widowed sisters are taken care of by the government. And I think Goa is the only state which provides 2,000 rupees as a pension to elderly, senior citizens who don't have means of livelihood. There are a lot of traditional occupations where person's capacity to work decreases after 50, after 55. And that is a time, if he is not looked after by the family, he finds a very distressing life ahead of him. So government has taken care of right from elderlies. We also have schemes like Cyber Age for our students. Students of 12th standard, higher secondary, are given free, almost virtually free laptops. Every year, every student gets a laptop. So he passes out with a inclination to work in the digital sector. Our Narendra Modi ji's dream of Make in India, our dream of social security, his dream of social security, 12 rupees, 1 rupee per month insurance, 1 rupee per day life insurance, pension schemes were there in Goa much ahead of times. We were, today's current defense minister, who was the chief minister at the time of affairs in Goa in 2000-2004, had introduced a lot of schemes. We have a scheme for promoting girl child, Ladli Lakshmi. It's a flagship scheme of government of Goa, trying to be emulated by other governments also. And I am proud to say that our government of Goa, under able leadership of Lakshmikant Parsekarji, is taking all this forward. We had a loss of revenue. This being an economic forum, I would like to share this. We had a loss of revenue from mining sector, which was a major revenue for government of Goa's economy rather. But we fared pretty well. We tried without imposing any more taxes. And I believe that government is there to serve people. People elect government. People elect their representatives to take decisions on their behalf, which don't harm the population, which don't harm the society. And I am proud to say that our government here has succeeded in that. Moreover, we have not increased any of the taxes, but tried to plug all the loopholes of the treasury, tried to mop up revenues to the existing tax structure, increase our reach, make it easier for taxpayers, though there were some compliance issues which came up. In fact, I addressed August gathering here just 2 months back on compliance issues of, we have introduced, we are preparing ourselves for GST, and GST requires a lot of data for compliance. So from that perspective, there was sudden change in the compliance structure of the VAT and commercial taxes in Goa. There was a seminar organized by Chamber, which was well attended, and government pitched in with its department, with its head of department, to explain to the people what was the changes, what was required. So government and industry are going in tandem. A lot of, I will not say lots of investment is coming to Goa, but there is a steady flow of investment in Goa, especially in tourism and industrial sector. And government has started investment promotion board with the sole aim of making industry's life easier for industry to set up in Goa. We don't want any more hassles, no bureaucratic red tapeism. We want to cut that. Our intention is to give good governance to industry, to people. If industry grows, I think the society will be much more better. Industry provides jobs, taxes, and if they are encouraged, you can do a lot more for the society. You can help Goa reach its destinations. We are one of the progressive states in India. We are uniquely placed. We have a very small population of 15 lakhs. I was in UP for general elections, and I was in Amethi, our Prince Charming's constituency. And you will be surprised to know that there are power cuts of 18 hours. And the remaining 6 hours, there is no guarantee that power will come. No household has TV. 95% of the households don't have televisions. They don't have fans because they can't use it. Toilet is a luxury. That house which has a toilet is a big house which is of a landlord or something like that. There are no roads. I was surprised with the 10 years rule. person at the helm of affairs. I'm just narrating this to bring to your notice that a government who is responsive and a government who is aloof, there are two types. Who can work well for the people? People should know the difference. आम्ही गोंयांत जर मातशी 5 मिनटां लायट गेल्यार खंय तरी बोवाळ मारपाक चलवता. Today there was a power failure. In fact, we are replacing earthing conductor from TV to Kurti via Palsare. It's all damaged. So there only one power circuit out of the two is working right now. So there is 50% load available. And unfortunately, there was a little more withdrawal from the Kollim side, so our Pandi feeder stripped. But definitely, I was there in the morning today at substation, and we have set it in order. It will not happen. Let me assure you that power in Goa is a good situation, fairly good compared to the rest of the country. We don't have power cuts, though there are power failures sometimes, but moreover, it's a fairly good power situation in Goa. We have our quota of our own power allotted to us. So that was about the scenario of government, industry, Goa. I appeal to everybody. I mean, there are very few in the audience today, but I think whoever is there here should, more than the information gatherer, should become a spokesperson of this program. Go out and tell your friends, your colleagues. I expected, in fact, more student crowd. Sometimes someone from the mycology side or from the science side to come here, some final year students, something, so that they can know of the opportunities that can lie in front of them from the perspective of their employment or for their future. But anyway, the crowd is limited today. But from this crowd, I expect you all to be ambassadors, propagate to 10 more, 20 more people, friends maybe, or your business partners, your other colleagues, and get maximum out of this program. I believe the panel that we have today, Goa is blessed to have this mycological conference here, because I was reading about it. It is much sought after. Last was in China, and somehow we don't realize the importance of these important events that take place. Many events take place in Goa. Goa is a favorite destination for a lot of events, but somehow we don't harness the international personalities that come here. I remember an event in architecture field where top architects of the world came here, but somehow it was just missed by the media, by our own people, and that whole they were just confined in a 5-star atmosphere. They enjoyed, they deliberated among their trade, their practices, and then they went away. It was such a, when I came to know of it, I felt there should have been some series of lectures planned. We could have got some more knowledge from them. But somehow we go on a little lazy, that's why we don't fare good in competitive exams. But I think the scene is changing. Many of us are much more active today with the flow of information that we have. I am glad that Chamber has organized these interactions among the academia and the industry. It is much needed, because sometimes the research is so expensive and it is cannot be put in actual production practice. So perhaps we can both interact, get in touch with each other, find more avenues so that research can be funded through the generation of revenues from the industry. I am thankful to the Chamber for inviting me here to address this gathering, and expect more such programs from the Chamber. Government support will always be there. I, as a chairman of Economic Development Corporation, invite all the entrepreneurs, come and interact with us, find out the avenues. We have got loan facilities at very good competitive rates. Banks also are competing with us, but we being in the government sector, directly a government entity, we are also very competitive. We have reduced, we have not, somehow our staff has been insulated from the mentality of bureaucracy, and we work as if it's a good organization. I have tried to ensure that in the last 4 months I am there. Though the mentality takes some time to change, but definitely I see change. They are willing to work, but you should be there to use them. Use all our schemes. Implement them. That is how you can make government and citizens work. Once again, thank you all for listening to me. Thank GCCI for inviting me here, and thank all the academicians for sparing your valuable time, because you are busy in your own fields of work, for coming and interacting with us. Thank you all.